Welcome again to our weekly outlook. And here we have the XY that we're going to be beginning with. Then we will go to GBPUSD, EURUSD, and gold. We'll talk about what we are expecting to see this happening this week and how we expect price to continue doing what it wants to do. The last week, that's this previous week, was a very exciting week, very nice price action, very nice market move. And we'll be beginning with the XY. A few weeks ago, I think when price was here, I gave out a breakdown of price doing a move from internal range to external range here. I had some second thoughts along the way, but we have price doing what it has to do algorithmically. We have price selling from this fair value gap and taking out this weekly low. If as price has sold here, I have anticipations of seeing the XY rallying again to the level of 96.5 or 96 big figure that's here filling this fair value gap. But depending on what price has to do, because at the same time, price is inside of monthly fair value gap here. Let's go back to the monthly chart. We have a monthly fair value gap here, and this is a monthly low. So next week will still be a rejection for price to come for this high. There is a higher probability of price selling lower and going down to this low. We'll drop down to the daily chart. This trade here didn't take all. It's just my analysis, just me studying. We have this fair value gap here and price broke here with the body. We just do a smaller internal range to external range from here with this fair value gap before any other thing happens. But if price breaks this high, we'll have a shift in market structure and price will be going for buy side liquidity here. Going to the next pair, gold. Now, this one was actually caught. There's a breakdown on this trade and it was shared in the community. If you are not in the community, you should find a way to get in because everything there is free. High accuracy. I mean, the results speaks for themselves. We have price here moving from internal range to external range as well. On the weekly chart, we have a weekly fair value gap and have targets at the level of 3,500. There's a probability of gold just opening on Monday and just shooting it directly, but I would love for it to just pull back maybe into this fair value gap here to expand. If we drop down to the 4-hour chart, we see that price has already tapped into this fair value gap here and taken out this high. If we sell down and come lower here, or we could just continue from this internal range and go for the last high up. GU and EU on the other hand have already done their internal range to external range move. They have already bought till the last highs. So at this level, they have just these lows that price can use and expand more. If price continues expanding, but if price breaks here, I will have second thoughts on all my biases from DXY to the rest. The price still breaking, we'll be having GBPUSD coming to this fair value gap here. Price has to sell, you'll be selling to this fair value gap. But until then, I still have intentions of price buying because this could be the formation of a breakaway gap considering this here. Last but certainly not least, Euro USD. So Euro USD, as we all know, is just the opposite of DXY. If we have DXY selling, Euro USD will be buying, and if we have DXY buying, Euro USD will be selling. On the monthly chart, we have this monthly fair value gap here. Price has rebalanced this weekly fair value gap and left this monthly low. Depending on what price is doing here, price could reach for this year. As we said, if DXY breaks a certain high, you buy it till its own. The same thing on Euro USD. But on the opposite side, we have this, like we just keep buying until maybe this fair value gap here, going back for this high and for the next. When we drop down to the weekly chart, we see the move from internal range to external range, price rebalance this fair value gap. And but it hasn't left any PG array inside here on the weekly. So we drop down to the daily, a beautiful market maker model that we are seeing. Here we have this small shift in market structure, price takes out liquidity and buys. Buying creates another block, it taps into it and expands. He has left behind this fair value gap that he could use to buy more, taking out this high and probably till the next levels. But we'll be looking at the reaction here and also the reaction here, because he could have signs of price rejecting and coming back here before buying again, or he could just continue buying, leaving that monthly fair value gap unmitigated. And saying all that, for this week, we'll be looking at this fair value gap mostly. The reaction to this fair value gap price breaking for this high is most likely, but if we have rejections and price breaks this low, we'll have sales till here. Even though the most probable situation is price coming to a fair value gap, he uses it, and if he has to sell to this low, he will then break it from here. But until a break, this is not valid. We'll be looking at buys. So this is our area that we are looking at, a buy till this high and probably further.